Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you an RE lesson about Hinduism. Getting started then, we are going to be looking at the Hindu god Brahman, and our learning objective today, I can recall and explain the Hindu belief of Brahman. Okay, so who is Brahman? There are many gods and goddesses in the Hindu faith, but the one true god is Brahman. Brahman is the supreme spirit, and the other gods and goddesses are different representations of Brahman. Brahman is seen as the foundation of all life. Moving on then, we have Om. This is a sacred symbol of Brahman. It is said to be the most suitable name for God, as it is a low sound heard during the deepest meditation. Additionally, many Hindus believe that it was the very first sound out of which the universe was created. It is a symbol and a sound that is used by many Hindus to represent Brahman, the ultimate being whose spirit is in everything. And this is the symbol down here. Atman. Many Hindus believe that there is a part of Brahman within each person, which forms an individual soul and is known as the Atman. Living on earth. In the Hindu faith, it is also believed that a god occasionally appears on the earth in a living form, and this is known as an avatar. Composed of all aspects. Hindus believe that Brahman is composed or made of all aspects of life: creation and destruction, movement and stillness, male and female, good and evil. They believe that it is done in 3 in 1. Hindus believe that Brahman is comprised of 3 main forms known as the Trimurti. There is Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. The story of Svetaketu. One Brahmin was teaching his son Svetaketu about Brahman, the absolute truth underlying all creation. Brahman is everywhere, he said. If the divine is everywhere, then how come we don't see it? People speak of the divine. They say there is a soul in the body, but I don't see it, said the son. They say there is a God, but I have never seen him. Surely we must decide that the spirit Brahman does not exist. Svetaketu's father replied, No, there are many things which we cannot see, but still they exist, and God exists everywhere. Let me demonstrate. Please bring me a glass of water and a few spoons of salt. Svetaketu soon returned from the kitchen. Here they are, father. Right. Now, please put the salt in the water and stir it. Svetaketu did as his father asked. Right. Where is the salt, my son? Father, it has disappeared. Okay, so you can't see it. But please take a sip of the water. Oh, it's horrible. It's so salty, spluttered the boy. Yes, said the father. Now pour half the water out of the glass. Taste the water again. It's also salty, said the boy. Okay, continued the father. Pour all of the water out except for a mouthful, and then taste it. Yuck, this is also salty, was the boy's reply. Yes, said Svetaketu's father, you cannot see the salt, but it is everywhere, in the water, at the top, in the middle, and at the bottom. As the salt is present everywhere in the water, so Brahman is present everywhere, even though most people cannot see it. Okay, so at this point I thought it would be a good idea to show you what the Brahmin showed his son. I have some salt, I have some water, I'm going to fill my hand with some. Make sure there's enough. Oh, it's quite a bit of salt there. And I'm going to put it into the water. And we'll see what happens. At the moment, I can see some salt. If I give it a stir, let's see what happens. Now, I'm certainly not going to do what the little boy did and drink this, because I don't fancy being really dehydrated. But if you notice, there is absolutely no evidence of salt. There's nothing at the bottom. There's no little bits left anymore. It's all dissolved. What does this tell you about Brahman? It tells you he is omnipresent, which means he is everywhere. It tells you that Hindus believe he is in everything. And it tells you you might not be able to see them, but they are still there. Okay, so here is your do it, stretch it, solve it for our RE lesson. Do it asks you to draw a picture of the Hindu symbol of Om. Stretch it says, can you write a couple of sentences about the Trimurti? What is it and what does each part mean? And solve it tells you and asks you, what you wonder about why the Hindus believe Brahman is like a cup of water with salt.
Okay, so that is your work for today's RE lesson. If you need help with some of the vocabulary, it is on your sheet. If you could put that onto Class Dojo, that would be fantastic. Thank you, everyone.